Hello and welcome to Draw Along with Dan. I'm cartoonist Dan Lietha, and I have another really different Draw Along with Dan for you today. Now, last time I told you that I had some technical difficulties. Well, I still have those. So my ability to do the drawings live like I've been doing is a little hampered for the moment, but that will be fixed today because I'm getting the part that I need to get everything back up and running. So today I thought what I'd do, and again, I'm kind of pushing the envelope here for my technical how-to, but I actually have another drawing feature that I've been doing for the ministry that I work for, Reasons for Hope. This feature is called Draw It and Know It. And so I wanted to tell you about that. And then I just spent a couple weeks up at a Bible camp, and this feature works fantastic for doing art lessons at a Bible camp, and you don't even need to be an artist to do the class. So I'm the artist. Play the video for your students and then or your campers, and then they can draw along, and I'll show you how that works. So um, let's uh, let's let's try doing this keynote. Wait a minute, I got to do the. So there we go. Okay. So here's my slides, and I'm going to show you some videos. The audio is going to be a little wonky on this because I couldn't get the audio to work. So it's going to have to go through my microphone from the speakers. So it's going to sound a little odd, but um, anyway, so let's do this presentation now. So there we go. So uh, again, this is Draw Along with Dan, a little different today. Tomorrow we'll be back up and running. So as I said, I've got this feature called Draw It and Know It. And actually what you're seeing here are some updated graphics, and the video that I'm going to show you here in a minute is the is one that no one has seen before. And I'm only going to play part of it. So it's kind of a teaser, but you can draw along with it as that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm not going to show you the end part, but I'll show you most of at least enough of the drawing for you to be able to finish the drawing part. So here we go. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to another edition of Draw It and Know It. I'm cartoonist Dan Lietha for the ministry Reasons for Hope, and this is an art lesson edition. And today we're going to be drawing a two-humped camel, otherwise known as the Bactrian camel. Now, at the end of this lesson, I'm going to quote Jesus as he talks about camels, and he says some very interesting things. So let's get drawing. Today's lesson is going to be drawn in 3 stages. We're going to do a pencil stage, a marker stage or an ink stage, and then a color stage. So get your pencils out. We're in stage number 1. Let's get drawing. So let's take your pencils and draw an oval like this in the middle of the page. Now this oval is the body of the camel. And then we're going to move over here, right about here, draw a circle, and that's the main part of the camel's head. We're going to continue on drawing the head, and we're going to draw a line right here and draw another line a little bit longer right here. That's the snout of the camel. And then the bottom of the snout is a little longer. So make this line angled so that the bottom part is longer than the top. Now the neck goes from the base of the head to right about there on that circle. And then the front of the neck goes from right about there all the way down. Notice how it's thinner by the head, thicker by the body. All right. And now we're going to draw the humps on the camel. Camels are famous for their humps. The Bactrian camel has 2 of them. So draw the humps something like this. And then the camel has kind of a thick thigh for the back leg. So this oval right here is for the thigh of the camel. And then there's 4 legs on the camel. Draw a line down and then bend it right there. So that's leg number 1 in the front. The leg in the front on the opposite side. Draw a little line there and then bend it right there. And now we're going to draw the back leg. Draw a similar line. Down, 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 then bend it right there, and then down. Okay, and then the back leg like that. Now we have our camel with 4 legs. Part of this is going to look a little funny until you get done, but let's draw the feet in now. So 4 ovals for the camel feet. Number 4 right there. Okay. Now these guidelines are important. Draw the tail right about there. Okay, and they're going to help us know how to ink when we get our markers and we start inking. Now, this circle right here is not the eye of the camel. It's the eye area. And you're going to see how that works in a little bit. There's where the mouth goes. And now we're going to draw in the tail a little bit more. Again, these guidelines are going to help us ink in the camel because the Bactrian camels have longer hair than the dromedaries do. So there's a hair mass on this particular camel up on top. So that looks a little funny right now, but it will make sense in a little bit, right? Another line for the jaw of the camel. And then there's a hair area, a mass of hair right in the back of the head, on the back of the neck. So we're going to draw an oval there, and then another shape on the front of the neck that will help us know where to draw the hair on the front of the neck. All right. Again, that looks a little funny right now, but it'll make sense in a little bit. There's a bunch of hair on the top of the front legs. And so again, this shape right here helps us know where that goes. These guidelines are very, very important. And now that we've finished drawing the sketch for the camel, we're going to move on to stage number 2, which is our ink stage. So get your marker out or whatever your ink pen is, and we're going to draw over the top of the pencils. And some of those funny shapes that I just showed you are going to make sense right about now. In fact, we're going to draw that eye area in, and there's kind of an eyebrow on the camel. So we're only drawing the top part of that circle guideline. And now a little bit of the bottom part of that too. So that's where the eye is going to go inside there. But now we're going to move over to the nose or the snout of the camel. And again, not drawing exactly the guidelines, but the guidelines are helping us know where to draw. Draw the nostril, and then the upper lip of the camel goes right there. And then the mouth, we're going to make him smile. He's having a good day. And then the bottom lip comes out further than the upper lip does. All right, so it's looking pretty good so far. Now we're going to start drawing some fur, some hair. So get your squiggly lines out and follow the guidelines, but use them to know where the hair, the squiggle line goes for the hair. All right, that mass on the back. Oh, we're going to move the ear. I'm sorry. So let's ink in the ear. I didn't pencil in the ears, but I think you can handle this pretty well. Ear goes right there, and then the inside detail of the ear right there. Well done. And now we're going to go to that funny looking hat on the top of the camel, that hair mass. All right, a little longer hair than the chin or the jawline. Draw that squiggle a little longer, make it bushier hair. And then the area on we're going to draw the eye. So draw a straight line across for the eye. And then a half circle for the bottom of the eye. All right, he's got kind of a sly look on his face. Draw the eye in right there. I like to leave a little light dot there for the light in the eye. And now we're going to draw that hair mass on the front of the neck. Again, that sketch helps us know where to draw the hair in. And the hair there is much longer than the rest of the camel. So make that squiggle a bit longer and bigger. Now let's do that hair mass on the back of the head and the back of the neck. All right, get your squiggle line going there. And then another squiggle line for right there. See how handy those guidelines are to help us know exactly where to draw that squiggle. Now the back of the neck, right here. And then up on the body. Now we're going to move up on the hump a little bit, but don't go too far. Right there's where we're going to stop. and then go across. We're going to go down and then up again and stop. And then we're going to draw a line down on the back of that hump right there. Stop. And then we're going to draw a squiggle line across. There's hair on the top of these humps. And so now we can go right across and know where to go. Draw that again on hump number 2. Very good. And then draw the hair using the guideline at the top of the hump. Very good. And then do the same thing on the other side. Nicely done. So let's move on to the top of that thigh shape there. Just draw and then go stop right about there. Again, we're just using it as a guideline. Now we're going to draw the tail. And again, that guideline helps us know where the hair squiggle lines go. Got kind of a furry, hairy tail. And now we're going to draw some more of that thigh. All right, so I've got a guideline there. And again, just using that thigh guideline as a general shape. All right, so that's the shape of the thigh of the back leg of the camel. And we're going to move over to the hair on the front, that big hair shape on the front of the camel leg. You can see again how valuable those guidelines are. And then the belly has a little shorter hair, but it's still kind of fluffy. Now the leg on the other side, very easily done. Once you get the idea, it's pretty easy to do. All right, now the continuing of that back leg, the bottom of these legs are wider at the bottom and then thinner right above it. So let's do this. Connect those 3 parts right there, dot, dot, and then to the back of the leg. Again, see how it's wider towards the foot, and then it's wider up on top where the thigh is too. So keep that in mind when you draw this in. But of course, we can't see as much of the thigh on the other side. Now we're going to draw that line, kind of keeping in mind what we just did on the first leg, that back leg that we already drawn. Wider at the bottom, then thinner, and then wider where it connects. And then sort of the same thing for the front leg here. Wide, then thin, then up, and then wide, comes close, then goes away. There we go. And then one more leg to go. You've got it down now. You know what's going on. You know what to do. Now we're going to draw the feet. Now the feet of the camel are kind of covered with skin and fur too. So we're going to draw a line across because part of the hoof is going to peek out of the front. So draw those lines across where now we're going to make where the hair and the fur part covers the foot. And connect that, pretty much following the guidelines that we have there. So sometimes we do follow them a little bit more than other times. That last one in. Nicely done. And now there's 2 hoof parts that kind of stick out from the front of the foot. So draw that hoof part number 1, hoof number 2, and then do that on the side, the back, other side there. And they're kind of like claws almost if you see the photo of camel feet. We've got these 2 claw-looking things kind of sticking out. All right, so the feet are done, and now we're going to go to our next section, which is the color.
Well, actually, we're not gonna go to the next section. That's all you get for the sneak preview for that one. But I hope you can see the upgrades that I made to the Draw It and Know It feature if you're familiar with it before. And like I said, I was at a Bible camp just recently, and I used my videos. There was a need for another activity, so I kind of volunteered. I said, "Hey, I could do a class," and so all I did was I played the Draw It and Know It videos for the class, and all the students have different skill levels as far as drawing goes, and so you've got some slow ones, you've got some faster ones, and the video goes too fast for the students, which is fine. Even at home, you'll probably find yourself starting and stopping the video to follow along with it, and that's perfectly fine. So I did the same thing at the class, and so here's a little video of me at the camp, and I have the video up on the screen, and the students, the campers are down drawing in the audience there, and then here it is on my screen, and all I'm doing is starting and stopping the video as need be. I let a few lines draw, and then I stop, and then I give them some time, and I talk to them while they're doing their drawing, and then I let the video start when they're ready to go, and just little piece by little piece we go and all the way through. And I only did the black and white part. I showed them the color finished version of it on the video, but for the class all we needed to do was do the drawing. And so here's some of the kids that let's see, they did the Beagle video of the Draw It and Know It, and they had a blast. All the kids, all you have to make sure is they have a drawing board, something like a clipboard, have some paper, have some pencils. And colored pencils don't work real well because you have to ink over the pencils. So make sure that you have like regular lead pencils, and have many of them because some will break. So you want to have some of those on hand just to be able to replenish or replace a camper's broken pencil. And then a pen or a marker, something that they can ink over the top of the pencil to do that, like you saw in the video. So that's all we did. And for the first camp, I had a majority of the campers actually participate in this. It makes a great activity if you have rainy days or something, or if it's too hot outside, whatever. If you need an indoor activity and the kids can sit down and do this, it works fantastic. Now this was an elementary camp, so younger students, maybe older ones wouldn't be interested in it. You'll have to gauge that yourself, but it was a lot of fun. And you can find these videos, the Draw It and Know It videos, on the Reasons for Hope YouTube channel. You can go there, and there's about 37-ish right now. And the one, like I said, the one you've seen isn't published yet. So that Bactrian camel isn't public yet. So this is the first like public, other than I showed that at the camp, the first posting on YouTube of it. So I hope it whets your appetite a little bit. The earlier ones, this was a progression, and the earlier ones are a bit more simple, and I've learned a few things, and so the later ones are better than the first ones, but the first ones are still good. And then you get a little creation lesson along with the drawing lesson too. So let the kids have some fun, good clean fun for camps. And so this was a little bit of a different live. Let's see if we get the right one here. There we go. So this was a different draw along with Dan, but I wanted to show you my other feature, and this gave me a good excuse to do that. And so check it out, and please share and like and subscribe and help me out in that way. I want to grow this audience, and I want to help a lot of kids to draw better and to know this world through the lens of Scripture better too. So see God's creation the way that He wants us to look at it. So thanks again for joining me for another Draw Along with Dan, and join me next time when we'll actually be doing some live drawing. So thanks for watching.